we go on Elesh, and we need to play a lot of stuff. So we just go crazy, absolutely crazy. I will cast this Fateful Absence just so I can draw more cards. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today deck that you absolutely did not expect, but we are trying to showcase new cards so you know what's up and you can decide for your crafting, activities, what do you want. So this one will be about Training Grounds, the new card from the set that everyone expected, like throughout the world. We all knew when it's coming, and the 1 mana enchantment is actually really powerful. The only question is, do we have stuff to play with it? Because the effect itself is incredibly powerful. So what this does, activated abilities of creatures, only creatures, cost 2 less to activate. And the downside is that you cannot go free with this one. You always need to pay at least 1 mana, whatever happens. This is really something that I'm sure in older format it will be broken. Alright, but in standard, it's hard to find creatures to match it, so our full deck is creatures with activated abilities. We will make outro for this video because I think for this one it's really needed, and if you are interested about the outcome and my final thoughts, go into the last part of the video, I will mark it. So we have creatures like Captive Weird, which actually can be together with this one. On turn 2 you can have a 3/3 that can attack and it already drew a card, so very good synergy with the Training Grounds. And of course you get discount if you pay 1 mana and pay 2 life. You can activate this for 1 mana total and already draws you a card. Very good card, one of the best in the deck. The second best card is probably Search Engine. This card gets the full value for the Training Grounds. It also means that you can activate first 2 abilities for 2 blue mana only, and you already have a 5/4 that cannot be blocked. And don't forget, you can activate the third one possibly for only 2 mana and you draw 3 cards. This is one of the reasons this deck does not end. You always get more value. The second one is Faerie Mastermind, 2 mana creature that has not as amazing ability. Each opponent draws a card. However, you get extra card because you play it when your opponent already drew a card, so you get an extra trigger for this one, and theoretically you can even mill him. Don't forget, this gets double discount if you have double Training Grounds, right? So you can activate 1 blue mana, each player draws a card, and that's a very different ability. This is the second reason you never run out of value. If you run out of value, you just draw more cards. Alright, reality chip. Card you really wanted to see for a long time probably, and today you will see plenty of reality chip. And I'll tell you what, for 3 mana, Reconfigure is really hard to use. It gets downside when your opponent kills the creature you are trying to equip. For 1 mana, this ability is crazy. Don't forget, double discount, activated ability is a creature. You pay 1 blue mana, you look at the top card of your library. By the way, if that's a land, you instantly play the land and recoup this 1 mana, and if your opponent kills a creature, you pay second blue mana and equip different creature and you still get the effect. It's incredible. One of the best cards about the whole deck. Restoration of Eiganjo is a weird choice, but we are also playing Heliod, the Radiant Dawn, and we play so many 2-drops that at some point you really enjoy chapter 2, and the creature itself is relevant, so it helps to build the pressure. So really good addition. When I removed it, the deck felt much weaker. Urza, this is some questionable choice. We tried for some games Urza, for some not. We also tried the Weakstone and the Mixstone. It felt a bit too, junky. This discounts your search engines and all the rarity chips, by 1 mana on top of the spells. So I think it synergizes with the deck because especially later you can play absolute crazy amount of stuff. So if you can discount by 50% those cards, you can instantly recoup the value even on the same turn. So that's why we keep it. You can remove it. I liked it. Elesh Norn, because at some point we have whiteboard of the creatures. If this is a creature against creature matchups, the triggers will absolutely work. And you have this ability, 2 colorless, what a coincidence, and 1 white, sacrifice 3 other creatures. What coincidence, we have plenty of creatures to sacrifice. Usually your board is a lot of random stuff and you can just sacrifice them and go into this incubate saga, whatever. It wins in 3 turns usually. So pretty cool addition. I really like Elesh Norn in this one. Heliod is one of the powerhouses for the endgame. You can transform it for 1 mana. That's why we are playing it. He has very powerful ability. For 5 mana you can already get the warped Eclipse version, and believe me, if you untap with this card, you get discount on your opponent turn for every spell you cast. This is 1 mana, 1 mana, 1 mana, 1 mana. You get the idea. So you will get so much tempo that you absolutely overwhelm in 1 turn if you just can untap with it. This is the deck. I really hope you will like it. I wouldn't craft it yet. Check the outro before, you know, any kind of those decisions. You will see some Mythic games, but when you see them, you will know what I mean. So enjoy. We try to find the coolest games so you see the effect, and I consider it more of an experiment right now. So you can see the new cards in action, and yeah, we'll talk more in the outro. So let's go. Alright, going first with Training Grounds. Sign me up. Man, being on the play with Training Grounds and something that can get activated feels really, really good. And Search Engine is definitely one of those things. But we might go for Reality Chip, because then we can go Search Engine into Reality Chip into land from the top, right? That seems pretty good. And Reality Chip is much harder to remove. Also, we know our next draw, so it helps just a little bit. And if he counters this, he needs to counter every other creature. If he has removal, he should not do it right now. He should wait for the activation. Because then you can get really juicy, like your opponent invests everything into activating it. Oh, he will take the Search Engine, and I know that I won't draw anything. Oh, I hate it. That's the perfect answer. Oh no, that's the perfect. Are you legendary? You are indeed. So, there is hope. You know what? He deserves it. Yeah, take it. Take it. Alright, he felt the pain. We are morally victorious. Wedding announcement. Do we bounce it and make his life a bit awkward? I kinda like the idea, you know? And this is very, very high value play, so, you know, it sets him behind quite a lot actually. The next card is Captive Weird. I want to play it. I want to play it so hard. I should play the different land, so he doesn't know my whole hand. But I'm a dummy. The Emperor is there, so okay, let's not force it, alright? 1 ping on the face for 0 damage. Send the message, we are not sending more. I make stuff. Do you answer stuff? I play land. I play Ganja. I think he has the Emperor in the hand and waits for the attack. And he's not getting one. Unless he taps out, then he might. And make disappear. A wild make disappear appears. Okay, that was a weird sentence when I realized the name. 1 turn before the... Do we even get value from the second one? We get the draw, right? I think we go like this, just for the draw, basically. So no, we are trying to fight the value game right now. He's down to 4 cards, because Wedding Announcement is not impactful enough. So we know we only have 4 cards to beat. Alright, and let's see. We have Fateful Absence, he knows about it, so if he has some cool stuff he really wants to play. Ooh, that's scary, that's a good play. A really strong one. So, for this reason we need to make our own cool plays, and you know what? So far, we're kinda doing it. All of those cards are not from our hand, man. Running short on planes? Oh, this is a bad one. I would love to play it. This is sorcery speed only. Alright, I mean, we will be defending. We're at 20, we can take as much damage as we want, and we probably turn the Search Engine, especially if he taps. And then you can see, he's down to 3 cards. What could be the reason for upkeep stop, man? Like, nothing was tapped, or, you know, there's no shorted, so I'm not sure. He really wants to flip it, so unfortunately we go for the Mastermind. We don't go for the Search Engine. I don't think he can pump the creature. I think we sacrifice 2 and it's fine. Oh, right. Right. Good. My mistake. But he loses 1 of them. Okay, that was my mistake. Not sure if I would trade with Search Engine, to be honest. Maybe we can outvalue this, but I'm not sure. Well, maybe a mistake. Maybe. But man, Search Engine is so much value. It also kills the Emperor, right? So it really feels like a strong one. We can discard the planes, we have a lot of lands, and let's get some value instead. And that's a good value. I also absolutely remembered I'm getting the Mastermind back on the next turn, so it was not a luck, you know? Absolutely. We play the land first, and this is a bit too much. However, we get all those abilities extremely cheap. Don't forget we draw 3 cards for 2 mana here. So let's attack and see what happens. He cannot block. I could also hit his face, but with Emperor you get more damage by killing her in the long term. Like -2 is extremely powerful, right? He doesn't get the Teferi as well, so that's also something. I think we try to do this. We have to pay the Phyrexian, even though we have full discount theoretically. I want to get rid of this card on the top. This is also one of the cool interactions in the deck. And just like this, we play the dog for sure. Search engine, I like it. And I think that's it. So as you can see, we are just starting, right? We are not even close to our peak value. And our opponent is down to 3 cards, so even with the array, this card is absolutely crazy. It's also at the end step, so it means that he doesn't get the buff for the attack. So if we trade against, you know, here, he doesn't get the value. And 1 creature at 5/5 is not scary at all. Yeah. So you want me to draw some cards? Sure, I will. I will absolutely. Let's hope for Heliod, because at this point oh, that's a card I would love to play. Also, we get a nice blocker here. That's so good, man. That's perfect. Like 0 damage and trading. Like I can keep trading at disadvantage all game. Like look at this. He was 3 cards ahead of us, and right now we can draw our whole deck if we have time, and we also have insane tempo from the double ground. Man, when this deck gets rolling, it's absolutely crazy. Alright, let's go first with some, yeah, I mean decent opening. The Painland might hurt a little bit. No, show me the land. Show me the land. Alright, hello. You got it. You earned it. I think we go with the search engine first. Like Mastermind can be countered at the end step, you know, different things, and search engine is already some pressure. And next turn we can activate it, start attacking. See? He tapped out main phase. So it means that our restoration will hit much harder. Not instantly, but much harder. And it's not like we don't have search engines, but honestly it seems like one of the best cards for these training grounds. Like when you get all of this value, potentially if you have double training grounds, you pay 6 mana total and you get a 5/4 unblockable that draws you 3 cards, man. That's a solid value. That's a super solid value. And each instance costs between 1 and 2 mana then, including the, let's say, chapter 3. So he thinks what will happen if he lets it through. He doesn't have black mana, so it's not Tear Asunder. Blaylight makes perfect sense, yep. And good call by him, because this is a scary card. This is a scary card. I think we go like this. I pay. I could go for the Mastermind, but it's a good card. So let's leave it open. Especially with the Amalgam. We can make some cool plays if he doesn't play instantly anything. And if he goes for the removal, alright. The Goblin. The Goblin is always very, very annoying. Give me my value. A bit expensive value, and the Goblin will probably stay unless we hit very well. Alright, this is a card. This is a card. We have only colorless, so we are forced to use the search engine. That's not exactly what I wanted. I would prefer the Mastermind. This is a really high value, especially with this card. And we already burned the second one, so we have, yep, 2 more in the deck, but we'll dig into them. With Mastermind, we are not in the range of not having cards to play. The question is how many cards he will get for our cards. Alright, another binding. Let's see the target. He wants those treasures, and I'm not surprised. The treasures are pretty good, but he's down to 3 cards. I didn't pay attention what he discarded, probably those 2 lands, right? Alright, interesting play. What's up with this?
But I'm going to end it.
Yeah, you can make it right now. This is a correct decision because we play blue mana, so we might have a counter spell, and we actually do have a counter spell, but still a bit fun. Alright. If I played this, that's not perfect. That's actually not perfect. It's a good value though. So I will play it just for the value. We still don't have a natural blue. This could be a land, so that's why I didn't play it. He cannot exile enchantments, so let's play the training grounds right now. Now he knows what all of this is about. And we say go. Unfortunately, he will keep getting treasures, which is really, really painful. We don't have mana for the Amalgam because like he is really ahead with those leyline bindings. They're extremely slow, extremely cheap removal, so extremely fast one. Like he got 2 mana on this trade and 1 mana on this trade, and like he's 1 emperor ahead. And the Goblin gets him even more ahead, but we'll be fighting. And I really don't want this Goblin to continue attacking. I think we are going for double blow, but no, the first strike, he kills the dog. Oh, I hate it. Do we risk Urza? I think we do. If he wants to play something, it's fine. I need to keep my life total just quite reasonable. And that's something I would love to counter. Man, amount of Etalis I have seen today is absolutely staggering. And they usually hit one of the best cards in my deck. Like last time it was Elesh Norn, that my opponent has no idea how she works and he didn't see Lifa. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Instant removal. But what can you do, bro? What can you do? So we will play the Mastermind. We take another damage from the Painlands that are only source of the blue for now. Alright, Fateful Absence is a good start. That's definitely something we absolutely need. Let's see the next card. Owner. That's cool because I am the owner. What a coincidence. Alright, this turned out pretty decently. Man, we are actually starting to win this. So, how can we play? This is our value game. Or value play. Not sure how can I... Oh, I can just play it normally, right? We don't have cards to exile, so... We killed the Goblin, I think. We could get some of the ossification targets. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's actually good. So let's go with the Mastermind then. He's down to 1 card. 2 with the clue. We will see how he plays. Maybe we use the March on this one. Maybe use March on the search engine. But we have another one in the hand. And it's so hard to keep 4 mana in this kind of situation. Drawing cards. Scary, but I still get the card. Let's see the next one. So we didn't really get the card. We would be playing this one from the top. Instead we play it from the hand and still do the same thing on the next turn. Alright, so I think he will be attacking. It looks like he whiffed. Oh, if he targets the Goblin, man, that's such a blowout. And he will. I love it. Let's go for 0. That seems like a good cost. Man, like those 2 draws from my top was absolute MVP top decks. This is so much needed after a tally. Alright, I was sure I'm gone, but I'm not. Alright, we take the damage. Mastermind will kill the Emperor, then we play Heliod, and I think we won. I honestly think we will make it work. And I will even waste some mana. We start with Mastermind. I want to see if the Emperor is out. No instance, very good. So what we do is play this and hold up. Do we have enough mana for Amalgam? We do. Perfect. This is exactly what I want. And we say go. And thanks to Amalgam, like, it can be hard to cast it, but do you see, like, the value? Because I think I do. Man, we can even sacrifice the dog, so it's not a downside at all. Yep, see? Single Amalgam, your win con. Alright, we are going first with some docks. Yeah, I like the dock, but we probably go with the search engine. We generally play the dock as the last card and when you stop hitting your land, something like this, because then you don't lose any kind of tempo. And our friend started playing, cool. With the restoration we can get the dock for free even, that would be pretty dope. Alright, search engine is a good start, high power. Just one thing about search engine, you need to pay the stacks of 1 mana to activate it. So, you know, a bit slower, sometimes you need to lower the curve of your plays, but we probably will go with restoration. Yeah, especially if he played like this. We could go for the Wallen's Companion, but restoration sets up better for the later parts of the game. Like, next turn will be way more powerful thanks to Eiganjo, and the next turn after, when we transform, man, like, he will have some troubles, and with triple tap lands, he is pressured to find some answers finally. Let's go for the dock, because the main value is by just entering the battlefield, so we get full Neri. Alright, so next turn it can be a sweeper. This is the play. Counterplay to this is Farewell, to what we are doing, and it's too early for Farewell, so we are guaranteed to get the value from this. He wants to sweep the board, and with double Eiganjo it's horrible to sweep, because instantly you have a board filled with tokens, right? So, very very harsh for him. He probably wants to wait right now until all the restorations are flipped, and we will be playing around it very very well. I will discard you know, a 13 guy. It's a 13 guy. I'm not sure if it's a guy, but it's a guy still. So we will keep drawing cards with this one. If he wants to hit with the depopulate, which he probably wants, we just draw some cards. We also have Otawara. Alright, so the Emperor is the play. But what will you choose? Probably a -2 for the dock and -2 on something else, on the main phase. That's how I would probably play it. He's going for the greedy version. And we say fine. And we say fine. He gets a little bit of damage. I'm not playing into this board. Like, we're playing only things that give us value while also pressuring just a little bit. Like dock, tree scuffing, and you know. Alright, he's going for this. We could go for the Emperor bounce instead of a card, but I don't think it's worth it. We give him the play for the next turn. The Emperor is a strong play always. Lay down arms. I mean, that's a good value. Believe me, he does not like Eiganjos, especially as he is fully tapped out, right? And that's his turn. So he probably wants to burn the Emperor himself, which means that it's pretty good for us. We have another restoration, and we always keep restoration in the, you know, in the background. We also improve our draws because the lands are not there. I think we play one, just for the pressure. This forces, like, on the next turn he can farewell. Not really. Not really. We are definitely not playing the last one. So I expect a farewell, and then we play Eleshnorn and probably the Weird, and we see how we fare from there. No farewell, or maybe no mana for farewell because of the tap lands. He's playing quite a lot. 8 tap lands is a lot. Do I want to go for the Weird? Probably not. Let's get rid of the planes. I should check if I have something. I don't, so we just play the land, I guess. I don't think we need to invest more into the board. Let's just activate the ability. We pay the life for sure. You know, just a little bit of pressure. This even more forces a sweeper, and we still get the card. Until end of next turn, right? Until end of your next turn. Cool. I will play this card, believe me. I will. Alright, we probably go like this. It could be the Emperor, in which case we lose this. But it is fine. It is fine. The most important thing is that this doesn't die. Alright. Mind Splice, getting really spicy. I see no reason to play it right now. Like, what is the advantage? Like, I will have my second phase, right? If I have sorcery removal, I can just play it right now. So, a bit weird play, but it's fine. We might also draw a card with this one. We will see. Yeah, if he doesn't sweep, I will draw a card. Alright. And he's going crazy. So he will probably have white Twilight, I would guess. That's the big payout. Silver Scrutiny, probably. And those are the power cards. Maybe blue Twilight, but probably not more than one. And usually they don't play it. Alright, 5 mana. Possibly infinite. Because like he can play 5 spells at 3 cost each, so potentially even 15 mana, right? It's not a draw effect, so we don't play the Mastermind. It's just, you know, he just puts card into his hand. It's absolutely not drawing. Definitely not a drawing ability. Alright, so 3 mana only. Potentially 5, of course. So we try to pressure them. Because we cannot win the long game against Mind Splice Apparatus and, you know, Memory Deluge things. So we need to go like this. Alright, and this is the turn when he finally really wants to sweep, right? Alright, so let's go super hard on the attack. And by super hard, I mean just a few attacks. I could go wider, but I get 1 extra damage only, so it's not really worth it. Alright. And we can draw 2 cards in response with the thing. We can also ensure Mastermind draws, but it gives him something. Man, he just plays after the combat phase. Bro, if you ever watch this video, it's not how you play Control. The whole point is that during their main phase they need to respect your mana. This way you just give up like half of the value of instants. Alright, do we go for the Search Engine? We don't have our key card in like 20 cards, so a bit unfortunate. We just say go. It will be really hard because we have a lot of value, but they have way more. They have like infinite value in the deck. And we won't beat this in the long game. We need to pressure a bit on the tempo while also drawing some cards to keep the gas going. Yep, because this is exactly what happens. I mean, let's draw cards, right? This is what we do. Even with a creature deck. I won't have 13 cards. Unfortunately, I'm not winning. I actually realized how much mana you need to make it work, because you need to draw at the end step and then in your main phase. Because you discard at the end step, right? He got rid of his own Mind Splice Apparatus, which I really like. What would you say for Elesh? Norn. So that's the wave 2. This will probably get depopulated, so I think we go for weird. It's hard to counter it because we have spare mana. And then we use this ability. So even if it sweeps, it already replaced itself. Alright, no counters, so just a bad impulse. It's weird. Did he really had to exile? Like, we had no artifacts. I think he just clicked randomly things. I don't see any reason to exile artifacts. But he did. Like he did. Oh boy. The Mono trying to play control deck. It's a joke. I really appreciate that he tries to play control. It's still fine. But definitely some things that could be done differently. Alright, so first stage. Now we probably want to defend, right? Oh, maybe... no. It could be a mistake, but I think reality chip is fine. We'll play like this, we keep up the Fateful Absence. On the next turn we play the Search Engine, maybe the land should be the coast. I want to double block to throw the poison, so I'm not equipping it yet. Alright, we know the next card will be interesting. And don't forget, he needs to pay mana for the hits or take a lot of damage, so that also matters. I probably don't Fateful Absence it yet. Our next turn will be huge. He doesn't have, like... Alright. Then deals damage to you as well. Right, right. So I knew about it, and that's why I played like this. So it will be a lot of mana. He can pay, but it really helps. Like, he cannot even cast Memory Deluge right now, which he normally would. Like, 5 mana tax is a lot, man. It is a lot. Do I kill it? No, I like those tokens, man. They actually help me quite a bit. Alright, Training Grounds. Ah, good card, isn't it, right now? It might get countered. He didn't counter anything for the full game. Alright, I guess he won't then. We go on Elesh, and we need to play a lot of stuff right now. I didn't play a land, right? Good. So we just go crazy. We go absolutely crazy. I will cast this Fateful Absence just so I can draw more cards. I just need to spend all my mana with Reality Chip. It's also very good against... Oh boy, do I want this exiled? 1, 2... I don't have enough blue. I actually don't have enough blue mana. Let's try. I would prefer this in hand, but you know what? I'll take it. Mastermind. Do I want Mastermind right now? Yeah. Alright, I mean, that's a lot of Masterminds. So we kinda can force another sweeper, right? The second Twilight will be way more powerful though. It will kill us in next, you know, the following turn basically. So I think I keep this mana. We go to their turn. I hit him for a little bit to pressure the tax on Elesh Norn. Yeah, why would you ever play at the end step? Just never do it, bro. Just second main phase, that's the sweet spot. Man, I would like to punish it so hard. But I not have the deck that punishes this kind of misplays. Alright, so we say go. Maybe they don't know about the second main phase, I don't know. Anyway, what do we have? A lot of value in our opponent's hand, and I think he could be tricked with this Elesh Norn trigger, so maybe he won't attack on this turn before casting all of his spells. He definitely should sweep right now. No artifacts this time? That's cool. Alright, we can get the value here in this way. I will pay 1 mana. Man, I think I tapped wrong. I should have more like enough blue mana in total. So we need to be considerate that we need more blue mana than anything else. And Reality Chip is still here because it was an equipment and he didn't name that. Oh right, maybe that was the point? Oh boy, will he rope us now after... Okay, let's cut the video. Welcome back, Andrew Science. Alright, we go to combat, which as we know is the last step to play any instant spells during the turn. More or less. Alright. We know the next card, and I think we want to draw it. Oh no, will he rope this time again? No, okay, cool. I want to play Magic, alright? It's fine. Training Grounds is pretty amazing, so 2 farewells down the drain. Usually you play 2 or 3, so he probably shouldn't have one for a moment. We reconfigure for 1 mana, because that's what we do. And I think we play the Mastermind main phase. Oh boy, but like he will draw a card, but possibly with Memory Deluge, so it means we don't get the Mastermind trigger. A bit unfortunate card to be on the top right now. So let's go with this one and draw a card for 2 mana. And then we can play the rest with no investment, so hopefully. I didn't pay enough attention to the blue mana, so we probably might get punished. That would be the first card for the turn, so okay. Is Clue really better than Memory Deluge? I think he had the mana to play it, but maybe not. Alright, this we probably want to keep on the top, right? In case of another farewell. So let's play like this. No, we play the Mastermind. So we play the land from here. Alright, I mean, that was an interesting turn. Man, we're really fighting for this value, but as you can see, we can actually match this kind of deck in value, which is ridiculous. When we go, like, we never lack the plays, right? Alright. No draw, so no reason to play the Mastermind. Whenever he plays a draw effect, then we do it. And on the next turn, possibly, if we want, we can go absolutely crazy, because this will mean that we draw 3 cards for fully 4 mana. So we pay 6 mana total on this one. Alright. So I probably draw a card here. We could go for the Mastermind, but I don't think it's super worth it. I just... Man, he didn't attack us and we burned so much with Phyrexian mana and just payments that we are at 11. And the reality chip still here. Down to 6 cards. Man, we are slowly actually grinding him out of value with the Mind Splice Apparatus Silver Scrutiny deck, which is insane. So let's go with the search engine because it gives the like insane value when we play it. Now we play reality chip and we expect some removal probably, but it's fine. We reconfigure for 1 mana. Man, reconfiguring for 1 mana instead of 3 is insane. And now we can start getting this crazy value. It's still fine. Eiganjo, annoying card that will be a creature in some time, but it shuffles your library. That's the big part. I'm not sure if we have planes in the deck, to be honest. I don't. But guess what I have? Things from the top that matter. Alright. Let's activate the ability for 1 mana. This means we get rid of this and we can keep playing stuff from the top of our library. Man, we drew 9 cards more than he did. And that's a card we want. Alright. Alright, that's actually pretty good. So we can go up to 5-4 at the end step. Man, if we grind him out of value, I'm so proud of this one. Only 5 cards, but one of them probably Silver Scrutiny, right? So he will draw like 8 cards. Huh. I mean, I will play the Mastermind then. Alright. 4 mana left. That's an interesting one. That's definitely an interesting one. So what is your plan? There is a plan for sure. With Heliod we can get back the dock, right? Man, Elesh Norn would be absolutely amazing. Make this appear, alright. 3 cards to go. And we can discard... You know what? This is an all-in turn. We want as much effect as we want. Probably. Can we draw enough cards to win the game instantly? Probably not, right? So we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Yeah, I need 13. With Heliod, and maybe I just need the search engine for the value, but I have reality chip. Let's try. Let's try. If we are going all in, we are going all in. Let's see. This is the card. We can pay infinite mana. I just realized we don't have a creature to equip, so I really hope this Heliod goes through. It's fine. All planned. Do you have a removal? No. Alright, let's go crazy. Let's play the whole deck. That's a land. I mean, another Heliod? Do you... The warp... I mean, the name is different, right? So I think we can have both. Do we... I think you still pay the mana. Let's check. Yep, I still need to pay. Can I cancel? Yeah. That's so funny. So you need to pay this mana because it cannot be lower than 1 because that's how it works. And I think I can play it, right? And it's not legendary because it has a different name. Perfect. But let's not transform this one. And I mean, that's it. I didn't play the Fateful Absence, but when he draws cards, our cards are much cheaper and we can play them at flash speed, right? Let's see the attackers. He does not kill us yet. He might think he does, but we have a flash dock for 1 mana. Man, 1 mana, 1/1 flash with draw a card. This is how this card should be priced normally, you know? That's how I feel about it. We are running out of decks slowly. But as you can see, we can when the Heliod, you know, transforms, the game is very, very different. I won't be able to mirror him, so let's play like this. And this game was pretty epic. I'm not sure if we can beat this, but it was still pretty epic. Okay, 5 poison. They still have proliferate things, so not sure how many he used. 1, 2. So theoretically he could have in the hand 2 of them and double proliferate and kill us, but he needs exactly this card, right? Otherwise he doesn't have proliferate. Alright, like he's going really hard on us. And we don't play sweepers, so that might be a bit rough. Let's reconfigure. Man, this reality chip survived everything, you know, during this game. And that's not my favorite draw of the day. Can we make it work in any way? I don't think so. I think that ends here. Oh, I mean, there is one way. But then we don't draw a card. I don't think there is a way to draw a card in any way. Alright, I think that's it. Let's give him a good game. It was a cool one. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. We really gave a good old try, but I think we just ran out short on value. Alright, we are going first. We take the hand. We don't have our keycard. We don't have a 1-drop. But we have decent 2-drop, so we won't run out of gas for a very, very long time. Possibly ever. So, for this reason, and by being on the play, I think we can go with it. I will start with the Mastermind. Who knows, maybe they play Bangbuster and it really messes their draw. Alright, we know everything, we'll play it. Also it has flying, so we can pressure some damage from the start. Makes it a bit easier. Let's go Search Engine, this way we don't waste mana. And yeah, let's see. We're against some Ores of Control or Tox. Oh, Fire Essence. Alright, makes sense. So we know everything, we can activate the ability and go from there. As you can see, he cannot block this one. He cannot block this one as well, and that's pretty cool. First, Smork. He needs quite a lot of time before he activates the lifelink, and he probably dies by then. You know what? Let's go full aggression mode. I also have the Fateful Absence, which makes it even, you know, super cool. He's getting hit for 8 damage on the next turn, and he cannot block a single creature. And the Unblockable is a good ability. Oh, it would be such a shame. It's unfortunately the Fire Essence, so let's wait for the attack. Bro, everything we have is unblockable. You probably won. What was this play? Oh, right. I guess he's just checking if we know how the card works, but come on, come on. Alright, so do we have to? Yeah, because it has life gain. We want to deny the life gain. He won't get a card if he sacrifices. And that's why we didn't target on the main phase, because then he would attack with Processor. And he should attack with Processor anyway. I mean... Aggro go. Azorius, Aggro Cardo. Yep, that's a lot of damage. I hope you brought removal to the non-removal deck. Like, they might have go for the throats, but they don't kill the search engine. For this reason, I'm not doing anything, because I can pump the search engine. Well, welcome to the last turn of the game. I hope you enjoyed your stay. I mean, told you, Mastermind really pressured from the start, and that was enough. Alright, let's go. We have a 1-drop, we have Reality Chip, and we have Restoration, so we should have a lot of plays at some point. Our opponent playing an unranked, absolutely fun deck right now. Let's go like this. We need the training grounds for this one to matter really. One of the reasons you've never seen this card probably. Obliterating Board. You know what? He wasted the counter. He used the card and full turn. I like it. Exile is not perfect, but you know, he needs some value for tapping out 2 mana. So I'll take it. You know, props to him for playing actually interactive stuff instead of just I hit face. So he wants to burn it, but what he doesn't know is that next is Eleshnorn and he will want to burn her way more. Alright. Battles, so we can expect battles in this deck. I mean, sure, why not? I don't need the ramp, I probably need this, so let's go. And we'll see. We will see. It will be hard for him to attack. Like, the damage will stack very quickly. I'm not sure if we'll even block with Eleshnorn on this turn. Yep, that was enough to beat him, because, like, this is way too hard to beat. Alright, opponent goes first, man. I feel this will be really brutal. Let's keep it. We have a 1-drop into 2-drop. Alright, Grixis. I kinda prefer Grixis. I thought it would be mono red, to be honest. You know, the avatar is here, but the sleeves tell the story. And let's eat the first thing. Not sure what the thing is, but it should happen. Oh, here's the thing. Alright, the cut down is probably the worst case of a thing, but it's still card for card, so no, we'll take it. Alright. We don't want to transform it into open mana, probably. And Search Engine is really good, though. And we need to... Oh, he's baiting us so hard. When we do it, this dies. And we get nothing. Alright. I will waste some value. Just because I don't want to give him the, you know, perfect place. And he might have go for the throws, we don't hit artifact, but it seems he has something anyway. Voltage Surge. Alright, so that's the thing number 2. 4 cards to go. We also have 4 cards to go. Okay, I would really like to keep this one at least. Do we go for the Heliod? It's very weak to make this appear. It's pretty good against anything else. I will go with the captive thing. We always pay Phyrexian for this one. Alright, it transformed. Okay, Fateful Absence. Let's hit, cause why not? Alright, like we have Fateful Absence, it gives us some possibility to play around stuff. So chapter 1, Heliod, right? But Search Engine is still decent. A bit slow though. I will play like this, so he does... Well, in all honesty, we probably should play like this. We won't be able to use this mana anyway, so I don't think it's so worth to hide it. And the perfect card goes to our opponent. Do I want to draw a card? I'm not wasting the card as usually to do this, so I can basically cycle this card, this creature into card. I think Search Engine will die, so I want to have some kind of refuge. So no, we went 0 cards, or 1 card here because we lost this one, into 1 card here. So, you know, in the end we got our value back fully. Harvester, sure. Man, it's getting brutal. Cruelty of Gigs is probably something we cannot beat, just because of the... yeah, the perfect Atraxa thingy. Maybe we can try to kill him. Maybe that's the only way we can make it work. Let's try. If he wants... well, but it's not even casting Atraxa, man. It's just getting value for free. We got him to 6, but I'm not sure if we can get him any lower than this. So he gets Atraxa, he gets infinite spells, he kills this, and we are out of the game. Let's play the reality chip. Maybe he will hit Edict or something, you know. Like, I need to work on this one, because this will be brutal. It just feels that, you know, they're overpowering us a little bit with... yeah, like, Cruelty was the one thing that... Like, we saved a lot of cards by trading Ward for 1 for him, but with Cruelty, it doesn't end. He just keeps having everything he wants. Alright, I'm really glad I have this clue right now. So let's see what the surprise is. Because, oh boy, we need a good one. Huh. You know what? So what can we get from the graveyard? We will of course take the planes. And ha ha ha. Search engine is pretty fine. So I think we play this. It's not like we get to 13 cards. You know, we just need 12 activations, so 48 mana and we are good to go. So this is kind of what happens when we don't get our key card. We just play those cards on the face value, and you can feel the difference between the face value of those cards and, you know, our cool little engines and very weird captives. Alright, so he can choose one of the cards. However, we have 3 search engines, so he doesn't really have, you know, the way to deny this. He went for reality chip. I mean, drawing cards, not the best idea right there. Alright, I will definitely discard a card and get something back. It has to be the search engine, I think, right? But probably it won't really matter, right? Why 3 mana? Oh, right, because that's the least expensive thing. Okay, got scared, there's some new interaction I didn't realize. They have Voltage Surge, but they don't have Artifact. So theoretically, we are not 100% dead, but I have a feeling that we are dead. Alright, search engine. So no reason to activate it. I mean, we will have a 3/4 soon. Oh boy, this is brutal. Go for the fraud. Yep, that's a clear board, and let's give him good game. Oh boy, that was harsh. Alright, so you have seen all the games probably, because you would never skip to the outro instantly to know the full story. I know you are not this kind of person. So what my impressions about the deck are? The deck can play very fun. You have infinite value, you have so many cool interactions, and everything discounted is OP basically, right? If everything was 2 mana cheaper, they would be broken cards. However, you play very differently if you don't hit this card. The games where you have this and you don't have this are absolutely different, because without this card you are playing a bunch of creatures that don't scale too well on their own. So that's the first problem with the deck. The second one, even if you go all crazy, it takes time, and if you are playing against full value deck, they can still outvalue. So honestly, I consider, as I mentioned, more of an experiment. I wanted to show you the possibilities. I wanted to show you what the card is about, if you like it in action. I actually tried to check all the creatures in standard to find good abilities that can be discounted. I couldn't find anything like that made more sense than this, and it feels that the deck is great, it just doesn't have the raw power that other meta decks has. Like, you just cannot overwhelm your opponent by playing banger after banger every turn. You need to work for it, and it still can be broken. So honestly, if you are short on wildcards, I probably wouldn't craft this deck. I would wait. Probably this card will be extremely powerful in older formats, maybe in future standard when we get creatures that get very cool activated abilities. Right now it doesn't feel like there's enough support for this ability. So, you know, Search Engine is probably the best benefactor for this card so far. Heliod was really good, and Reality Chip is really fine, but you need a lot of stuff to make it work, right? And if you miss training grounds, suddenly it doesn't work as you wanted. So this is my honest opinion. I like the deck, it was fun, but you will mostly lose if you meet meta decks. That's the truth. So maybe there's better share. I couldn't find it. I hope you guys appreciate it. So don't forget to subscribe to support the channel if you enjoy this kind of stuff. Tell me what you think. It's a bit different video than usually, but I think we all want to see the new cards, and that was the intention. So hope to enjoy. See you tomorrow.